All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. We are, of course, continuing on the topic of that of pre-qualification. We're going to go over this week a little bit in regards to pre-qualifying those investors. So let me make a couple of quick adjustments. All right, so let's go ahead and let some people in, Senna, if you could, please. All right, so let's follow up a little bit in regards to with what we were talking about last week. What are some of the things that we
Recording in
were talking
progress.
about last week? We're talking about setting some standards. So I want to make sure that we're understanding, we are aware of the fact of what I mean by this, and what are some of the standards that I'm referring to? Well, the standards that I'm referring to are basically what type of sellers do you want to go after? Okay, so identifying, understanding, being on the same page as to with what those basically sellers that we're looking for. Now, some of the standards that we talked about is being 100% in a position where you can go out and present. And how do we do that? The way we do that is by pre-qualifying 100% of our prospects. No exceptions. Okay, and I want to make sure we're all on the same page in regards to that. Because what ends up happening is there's always those people that we think we don't need to pre-qualify. Or for that matter, the second thing is asking all the questions. Sometimes we find ourselves in a position of, oh, I already know the answer to this question, and we don't ask it. Unfortunately, it ends up being that question that ends up biting you in the ass because you don't ask the question. What is the question? I don't know. It could be are you interviewing other agents? We don't ask it because, oh, they didn't mention anything about it. How about the listing price? How about how much is owed on the property? How about all the decision makers? All of these things are absolutely vital when it comes time to securing more listings. Okay, so let's get on the same page in regards to that. The other thing is that if you have an assistant, I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and have your assistant, have your staff actually go ahead and get them qualified. Okay, pre-qualified, I should say. Okay. Now, why is this important? This is important because it takes away the emotion. It takes away the emotion of the pre-qualification process. It gives you all the facts, all the figures. We still have to call them back anyways. And as I've mentioned before, we want to be in a position where we we confirm within 12 hours. Meaning if the appointment is for today, later on at 5 o'clock, we should be calling back to confirm this morning that they're going to be joining, they're going to be fine. We're going to be perfectly fine for that 5 o'clock appointment. Okay. So let me go ahead and open it up to the audience. Let me go ahead and get a little bit of participation. And then Lizette, I don't know if you're going to be on camera, but I want to go through some role play here. All right, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free. Okay, ask away. I'm going to encourage you to type those in, ask them. And again, for those of you that are over on Instagram, those of you that are over on YouTube, and of course over on Facebook to come join us. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share script now. I'm going to break down the investor script. Okay, I'm going to break down the investor script. Before I do though, are there any questions that I can address? Anybody have anything that I can go over? All right, so let me go ahead and share screen. Again, this is the part where Instagram and YouTube, unfortunately, guys miss out because you don't get a chance to see the script, but you're welcome to come join us. All right, let me go ahead and open this up now. There we go. All right, we're all on the same page now. Now, what's the difference between the pre-qual script, the standard one, and the investor? There's basically a few different layer of questions. Well, Robert, why don't we do this anyways? Sure, you can, but what I want you to do is I want you to have one that is basically Bob and Mary Smith, 2 kids, a dog and a cat and a goldfish type of family. So basically everybody that is selling their home. And then there's a second type of pre-qual, and those are for those investors. Those are for the people that don't live in the home, and we know this, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and jump in real quick, Lizette. If I can get you to be that investor, you don't live in the property, you're looking to just simply reinvest the money back into real estate. So here we go, ring ring.
Hello.
Hello, Lizette.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, yeah, it's Robert, your realtor. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
Good, awesome. I was calling you because I promised you I was going to call you before you go into work at 8 o'clock and ask you some questions for our appointment for tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Can I borrow you for those 5-10 minutes that I mentioned now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Now, Lizette, if what I say makes sense, and I want you to feel comfortable and I want you to feel confident that I can, of course, increase your rental income as we talked about are you planning to list your home with me when I come out tomorrow at 5 o'clock?
Well, yeah, Robert, you know what? I promised I would also interview a few other agents.
Okay.
I have two others that I'm going to be interviewing as well.
Perfect. I love working with smart sellers like yourself, going through the entire process as thoroughly as you possibly can. Now, you did mention that there was two other realtors that you're looking to interview. So is it just the three of us that are competing for the business, or is there any others that I should be aware of?
No, just you guys.
Okay, so there's basically the three of us. Now, what is it that you're looking for in your realtor on the one that you decide to hire?
I mean, really, just the one who's going to make me the most money. I'm trying to reinvest this, so yeah, I just want to make it easy
Mhm.
and make the most.
Okay, got it. So you're looking for somebody who's going to net you the most amount of money. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, any other characteristics you're looking for in your realtor?
Um, well, I mean, I think I think also anyone who has experience with the 1031, that's what I'm planning to do. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for.
Got it. Okay, so you are looking to 1031 this thing. So I would imagine you're looking for also a person that has the track record, as you mentioned, not only selling 1031s, but selling investment properties. Would that be pretty accurate?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so is communication also a big factor in regards to the agent that you hire?
Yeah, for sure.
Good, I love it. So you're looking for an agent that's going to be maximizing your profits, number one. Number two is going to be somebody who has the experience in terms of selling this home. And then, of course, number three is somebody who's going to be communicating on a constant basis. Is there anything else that you're looking for in your realtor?
Not that I can think of, but I'll let you know.
Okay, got it. Now, if and when we sell this property, where would you be looking to move that money to? Where are you open to buying?
Well, I was hoping to turn this one into a couple other units. I've been having my eye on some multifamily.
Okay, perfect. So we are looking to move this over to multifamily. And as far as location is concerned, do you have a place in mind now?
Well, I'm thinking, yeah, probably somewhere within the city, but maybe not too far. I still want to be able to use the property.
Got it. Okay, so basically the you are looking for staying in this area. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Now, is there any other cities that you would be open to?
I'd say probably Tulare, maybe Porterville, but these would be, I mean,
Mm.
they'd be rentals, so I mean, possibly turning into an Airbnb.
Sure. Okay, got it. I love exactly where you're lined up at. Now, as far as your current tenant, what kind of rental agreement do you have with your current tenant now?
It's only on a month to month.
Okay, so they are month to month. And so at this point in time, are they looking, or have you already spoken to them in regards to cooperating on the sale?
Yeah, I mean, I let them know.
Okay,
But we haven't moved anything yet.
okay, got
Just
it. So,
wanted to get some numbers first.
okay, sure, absolutely. Now, as far as time frame is concerned, how soon are you wanting to accomplish this so that we're on the same page?
Well, I mean, right now the market it's looking good so far.
Okay.
I mean, I see a lot of deals popping up, so I mean, as soon as possible.
Okay, so if we were to sell this in the next 30 days, would that be a pro or a con for you?
Yeah, that'd be definitely a pro.
Okay, got it. Now, just to confirm with the tenants, I mean, I know you haven't spoken to them as you mentioned, but do you feel as if though they'd be able to cooperate with the sale, or do we need to sell this property without basically informing them?
Um, I'd probably want to let them know.
Okay. What I want to do is I want to go over a strategy with you when we meet tomorrow, something that has been super successful for a lot of landlords like yourself. And then what we'll do is we'll go over all of those details. That's the beauties and, of course, the benefits of working with a professional real estate agent like myself. Now, I am curious, though, Lizette, what's the benefit of moving this money over to multifamily for you?
Well, I mean, these units that I have now, I mean, it's only two units, but they're a lot older.
Ah,
So there's a lot more maintenance going into it, which I just really don't want to spend more time doing that.
okay.
So just try to move it to something else that's newer.
So to confirm, we are looking to move it to something a little bit newer. Now, if it is similar in age but in better condition, would you be open to that?
Yeah, it could be a possibility. Just
Good.
depends on the maintenance.
For sure. Now, how will this impact your real estate portfolio? Are you looking to long term continue to increase it, or what's your plan with your real estate portfolio long term?
Yeah, definitely increase it.
Okay, for sure. Now, when I see you, how much do you want to list your home for, by the way, or the property?
Well, I mean, I was pretty much just looking around. I think it's worth about 420.
Okay, got it. Okay, have any of the agents actually given you a number?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Well, see, Lizette, my job as a professional real estate agent is I study homes and prices every single day. I mean, that's basically my job. Therefore, I'm assuming you're going to list with me at a price that's going to cause it to sell so we can get the other properties, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want it to sell quickly, but I also don't want to just be giving it away either. So I want to make the most like that I can.
Absolutely. And I want to make sure that we do net you the most amount of money as possible. Now, Lizette, I want to ask you in advance, and I'm sure I'll ask you tomorrow. Would I have your permission to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth of what it's going to take to sell this home? Or would you rather tell me, or would you rather me have you give you the numbers that other realtors unfortunately inflate?
I want the truth.
Nothing but the truth. And I really appreciate that. You know, that of course is my job. Now, you mentioned that you don't want to give it away. What is that number? What do you feel as if there was a number that is just, I just don't want to do it at this point?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I own the property. So I would just say, I mean, no less than 300.
Okay, got it. So no less than 300. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be preparing a net sheet for you. What's the amount that's owed so we can get you a more accurate net?
I own it.
Okay, free and clear.
Fair and clear.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'll make sure that I do put that in there. We got to protect all of that, of course, equity. Now, you haven't thought about selling this property yourself, right?
No, definitely not.
Okay, good. Now, every once in a while, there are opportunities where we can help the buyer in terms of purchasing this home. Are you familiar with the seller financing option?
No, not really. I've heard of it.
Okay, so what we can do is we can help a buyer by doing creative financing, by doing with what is known as seller financing, or would you rather be in a position where you just simply cash out 100% of it and take all that money with you?
Well, I mean, I would be open to it. I don't know if it's gonna hold me back from me investing into my own properties, but I guess we'll cross that road when we get there.
Sure, absolutely. Now, I do have here the details of the home. Share with me a little bit more. Would you describe the properties for me, please?
So there's one big lot, there's two properties, two homes on there, and yeah, there's space to make another property on there or another home.
Okay.
And I mean, it's not in the greatest neighborhood, but it's in an okay
Got it.
neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I looked at the property. It's a great opportunity, but you are looking for something long term, like something a little bit newer, something a little bit bigger, more opportunity for income is your ultimate goal, is what I'm hearing.
Hmm.
Okay, good. Now, Lizette, I don't want to assume I only see you on title. Is there anyone else that needs to be there tomorrow with you to make a decision?
Nope, just me.
All right, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and prepare a package of information. I'll get this sent over to you later today. Can I count on you to review that just to make sure that if you have any questions, I want to make sure that I address those before I come over tomorrow at 5 o'clock?
Sure.
All right, perfect. Well, Lizette, I promised you I was going to keep this under 10 minutes. We're at 9 minutes now. So is there any questions that you have for me before we meet tomorrow?
No, I think we're good for now.
All
Thank
right,
you, Robert.
perfect. Well, I'm really looking forward to helping you getting this property sold, moving it over, as you mentioned, to something a little bit newer, less maintenance, getting that triplex, fourplex, and most importantly, making you more money for your real estate portfolio. And just so you know, our meeting should only last about 5 to 25 minutes. I want to be very efficient with our time. I don't want to waste any of your time. So that's the reason why it is vital that you do review that information. Is that going to be okay with you, by the way?
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, that should be fine.
Perfect, Lizette. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Sounds good.
All right, there we go. So 9.5 minutes. I promised 5 to 10. Feedback, any insights? Let me start with you, Lizette.
So I did see a comment in the chat right now saying that you went off off of the script, but I do feel like you did follow through the script. You just added in additional questions. But I liked how you assumed, well, we're gonna get your home sold, or you just made those assumption question or phrases. Um, but in the good way. You're not assuming the answer of what I'm saying. You're just assuming that we're already working together. So I like that part. And I think with investors, the whole seller financing, if that is truly, because I don't think I see that in here, but I think that's a question. It's a valid question to, or is it in there? Yeah, it is in there. Okay. So I think with the seller financing, it is good to dig deeper on that one, because some investors don't know about it. They don't know their options. And so it's a good moment for you to educate if you can, and really have that in your back pocket if you could.
Yeah, absolutely. What could I have done better from your perspective? And then I'm going to open it up to the audience. I'm going to go ahead and put some closure, because there is some things that I did like that I did, and there are some things that I feel like I could have done better. But let me get your perspective first.
What you could have done better? I think you asked the great questions. I do feel like maybe finding out what I'm looking for, like what's the end goal? Okay, you have 2 units now. What's your end goal? What are you wanting to accomplish? How many units do you want to look for? Maybe looking in that direction. Okay, maybe focusing on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll go through, but I want to open it up to the audience. Thank you for that, Lisette. Any questions, insights? I like that you did this. Why did you do that? Anything from that direction. And then what I'm also going to do, Deborah, I'm going to answer your question here in just a second. So as far as the off script questions, okay. So I'm going to give you guys a cheat code on that. But any questions, insights, anything of anything? All right. So here we go. So Deborah's asking, as far as you appear to be covering items that is not in the script, can you share the script with us? The answer is yes and no, not from a root standpoint, but the cheat code is the following. I've had a conversation with Lisette. I prepared, I set the appointment with Lisette. I asked some qualifying questions. What is it that she's looking to accomplish? Now I'm getting into the prequal. So prior to the prequal, here's the cheat code. I talk about the questions between the questions: the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, and the how, and the occasional if. The question between the questions, depending on every situation, is the reason why these questions are not in there. We've talked a little bit about this before. Now, we can't insert this because with every investor it's going to be different. There are the cash out. I am done with investment properties. I just want to retire and I'm looking to liquidate. Is a different conversation than with the investor that's looking to increase their real estate portfolio. Now, a question I could have asked a little bit better is, so you are looking to increase your real estate portfolio. Is there a certain number of revenue you're looking to acquire over long term, or are there X number of doors you're looking to accomplish? That would have been a great question. I missed out on that opportunity because Lizette's taking this 2 doors and turning it into 4 doors. And she could say, well, I really just want to move it over because I'm tired of the roof, I'm tired of the plumbing, I'm tired of all the maintenance issues. Or she could say, my ultimate goal is to get to 100 doors. Well, how many do you have now? Well, I have 2. Okay, so we got some room to make up. So now that would have led to more questions. So the cheat code is prepare several, not all, because every situation is going to be a little bit variable. I'm going to prepare some of these questions at the ready. What's the benefit? How many doors would you like to have? How much income are you looking to put yourself in a position? Anything from that direction. Do you see the difference why we can't in the investor script versus the standard prequal script just simply plug them in? Because it's a different conversation. The investor, in most cases, is about bottom line. It's about net income. It's about all of these things, right? Where the other scenario, it's the extra bedroom, the swimming pool, we entertain, we're looking forward to spending Thanksgiving and Christmas and all this other stuff there. 2 different conversations. So that's the reason we cannot just simply plug in, because if not, we end up with a 47 question prequal, and nobody wants to go through that. Is that making sense, everybody? So that's the reason I wanted to dabble in this just a little bit, because I wanted to be able to showcase the difference between an investor prequel and a standard prequel. And we're going to do the standard prequel 9 out of 10 times for majority of us. Okay. But we also need to be prepared for this prequel, the investor script, because it's not the same. What's the benefit of making this move? There is no benefit. Okay. Who's most looking forward to making this move? Well, my wallet. Okay. Well, how's this going to impact you and your family? Well, I'm a bachelor, so I just want more play money. I'm a little bit confused with some of these questions you're asking me, Robert. Are we on the same page? So reason we can't do that. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns, observations, anything of anythings. My homework to you, and to you, your homework is to go through and just simply write the who, the what, the when, the where, the how. I have some samples. If you guys want the scripts, DM me. Go on my website. You guys can get them there. What's the website? therobertvillanueva.com. Go there. There is a page of sample motivating questions. Your homework is to write more. Now, keep in mind, when you ask the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, the how, and the if, it's going to be about them. Them. Not you, not facts, not figures, not anything about why the balloon is red, white, and blue, and why we wear the yellow poo-poo jackets. Okay? We're not talking about that. We're talking about them, their motivation, their desire. Questions, comments, concerns, any insights? No? All right, let's get a little broken right now. Let's get some people to participate. Who wants to work on just simply the opening? Let me get some participation. This is how we get better. Aqua,
I'll do it.
let's go. All right, Aqua, I'm going to have you go. I'll go ahead and be the agent, and then just go through the very first probably 3 or 4 questions, and I'll give you some critique.
Okay, you're the agent or I'm the agent?
You're the agent.
Okay, ring ring.
Hello?
Hello, hi, Robert.
Yeah, Aqua?
Yes, hi, this is Aqua, your
Hey.
favorite realtor. Just giving you a call. So, Robert, I just have a few vital questions to ask, before I come out. Can I borrow you for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely. I have about 15 minutes, so feel free. Go ahead.
We'll be fine. Okay, so now, if what I say makes sense and you feel absolutely comfortable and confident that I can increase your rental income, were you planning to list your property with me when I come out today?
I mean, we could talk about it, but I'm not going to lie. I have already spoken with one agent already, and I am looking to interview yourself along with possibly one more. My wife just mentioned in regards to another realtor that she wants to have a conversation with. So.
All right, understood. And that leads me to the next question. So, Robert, you are interviewing other agents. Just curious, Robert, what characteristics are you and your wife looking for in the next agent or in the agent that you're looking to hire?
I'm looking for somebody who has a track record, no doubt. Someone who's going to basically going to charge me the least. I am looking for an agent that's going to be charging me 4%. And someone who's going to hustle. I need somebody who's going to be working their butt off to get this property sold.
Okay. And so what I'm hearing is you're looking for somebody who's going to be aggressive in helping you sell, someone who's negotiable with their fees. And also, I'm assuming that communication is also important too, correct?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, somebody who is going to have, good communication skills, no doubt. I don't want to be chasing anybody.
Wonderful. All right. Okay. And then if you were to sell the property, where would you be open to buying?
I'm pretty much all of Southern California. I probably would say as far north as Fresno and all the way down to the border. So I'm pretty wide open.
Okay, wonderful. I'm loving that flexibility. Okay. And what kind of rental agreement do you have with your tenants now currently?
Well, yeah, we do have a 1-year lease, but their lease is up at the end of the year. I have already spoken with them, and I have already told them in regards to cooperating. And they're all on
Okay.
board. Really nice family. I promised them the moment that we would sell, we'd give them plenty of time, and I'm going to help them get into another place. So they're aware. They're on board.
Wonderful, great. That's a bonus,
Mhm.
actually. Good. And so you're saying that they would cooperate in the sale of the property. You won't have any problems, correct?
Correct. We'll stop right here.
Okay.
We'll stop right here. All right. Thank you, Aqua. Now let me ask you though, since I got you going, how did that feel versus the standard prequel? How did that feel for you?
I've never done these investors, but it's definitely a different conversation. So I just have to get used to the language and the questions. And so, yeah.
Okay, good. So in this, what it does is it puts us in a position of becoming more professional. Now, what ends up happening here's what happens, everybody. So I'm going to stop well, actually, no, I'm going to leave it on here. The other realtors, are they pre-qualifying?
No.
Nope, they're not pre-qualifying. And if they are, it might be 2, 3, or 4 questions, and that's their version of prequal. Now, as an investor, from an investor standpoint, think again. You go to the doctor, okay? I want you guys to understand, everybody that's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, I want you guys to understand. If you go to the doctor and they put you in that gurney, the chair, the whatever, I don't even know what it's called, but they put you on that table, and the doctor says, well, okay, so you have headaches, huh? Yeah. Well, when did these headaches happen? Well, it usually happens in the morning. Okay, well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take these 3,000 milligram Vicodin pills, right? And what we'll do is we'll see you back in a month, but I want you to take them every single day. Are you going to trust that doctor? Probably not, right? What you want is you want thoroughness. You want that doctor to sit there and say, when are these headaches happening? Have you changed your diet? Okay. Are you dealing with any sort of stress? Okay. Now, before I start to give you anything hot and heavy, what I want you to do is I want you to just take this next week and revert back to a standard diet. Okay. We're going to take it light. We're going to take it nice and slow. Okay. If you do get a headache, I don't want you taking much more than 1,000 milligrams. And what I want you to do is I just want you to take over-the-counter Motrin. Okay. What I also want you to do is I want you to schedule for a follow-up appointment next week, and what we'll do is we'll evaluate it. If the headaches are gone, good. You don't need to see each other. But if they still persist, I want you to come back in and we're going to do more thorough testing. I don't need you to do any blood work right now. I don't need you to do any sort of urine, anything. Okay, I just need you to change your diet and do the following. Are we on the same page? Would you trust that version of a doctor versus the first doctor? Does that make sense? They want us to be thorough. Okay, some of them are going to be like, get to the point. What is it that you want? What are you trying to get at? Well, here's the thing, Mr. and Mrs. Investor. It says, I want to make sure that I align everything that is necessary so you can accomplish with what it is that you want. Do you want a realtor that's just simply going to shoot from the hip, or do you want an agent that's going to be thorough and get you the most amount of money? That's exactly what you're hiring me for. I understand there's a lot of questions, but I want to make sure that I put you and your portfolio in the best and strongest position possible. Okay, cool. And they want that backbone. They want us to have that backbone. Okay, so I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Now, there's a couple of quick questions in here that I want to go over. The question about the multiple agents interview. Okay, let me just identify this. When you are going up against competition, and it is common, especially in this arena, you want to make sure that whatever those characteristics are, that they are in alignment with who you are. Okay, what I mean by that is they say A, B, and C. And you're like, oh man, I don't do any of that stuff. Well, throw in your X, Y, and Z. What's the A, B, and C? Well, we want somebody who's going to do a lot of mailers. We want somebody who's going to do great social media. We want somebody who's, going to get a jumper and do a parade. Oh shoot, I don't do any of that stuff. Okay, well, what about X, Y, and Z? So now you're going to be asking and putting questions back in your court. Okay, so just a little bit there. Let me answer this question as far as Deborah is concerned. So how do we handle clients that are in a hurry and convey they only have 2 minutes? You have to make sure, Deborah, and everybody else, that you let them know. As you notice, when I got on the phone with Lizette, I said, when I said, hey, I'm going to call you tomorrow because I have some questions I want to go through, and it's probably going to take us 5 to 10 minutes. Where in your day do you have that time? So if I call Lizette and Lizette says, no, I only have 2 minutes, not a problem. I understand sometimes the day gets away from us, but where in the day today will you have those 5 to 10 minutes? So I'm going to ask of them for permission where that is. Okay? Because I don't want you to go through, ask a question 2, maybe 3, and go, okay, fine, go. And then think you did your job in terms of pre-qualifying. Okay?
I do think that's an important point though, because you are setting the stage for yourself, the conversation prior. So it's helping you, at least reinforce that communication. Like, hey, I'm gonna call you. This is the set time. So at least you're setting the stage for yourself and then following through. So it just proves,
Yeah, 100%. You're teeing it up is basically with what we're doing. You're putting yourself in a position to where it doesn't become an excuse. Because if Lizette tells me, hey, I only have 2 minutes, hey, not a problem. Okay, I promise you it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes. I do need those 5 to 10 minutes. When in the day do you have that? I don't know. Well, why don't we do this? Let's text during the day and let's try to find that time. But I get it. You got your 2 minutes. I don't want to take up much more time. Go take care of what you need to take care of, and we'll text throughout the day. But we do need to make sure we go over that by the end of the day. Can I count on you? Perfect. We'll talk later. And that's it. They appreciate it. Okay. All right. So in closing here, very, very quickly, I want to make a couple of quick announcements. Tomorrow, we're going to be dark. Okay. So I have an appointment I have to take care of first thing in the morning. I unfortunately will not be doing tomorrow's script summit. Okay. So I want to make sure we're on the same page. I know it's on the training calendar, but unfortunately I had no alternative. I have to take care of something in the morning. Number 2. Okay, Instagram Live. Okay, we're going to be with Nick Cardenas today as I continue with, of course, my partner, James Shelby. So I'm going to encourage you all to come join us over today. That's going to be at 1 o'clock on Instagram. And last but not least, I still have, actually I have one more spot for that Power of 5 group. So if you're interested, we're starting today for that Power of 5. And again, as I mentioned, because I'm trying to find that last person, I am running a 25% off the first 3 months special. Okay, on a 6-month contract. So let's go take a listening or 5. I will see you guys later at 1 o'clock on Instagram. Thank you for attending. See you guys soon. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys later today at 1 o'clock. So make sure you guys tune in as I going to be interviewing Nick Cardenas. I'll see you guys soon.